present it. Again, have like high energy, be enthusiastic during your interview. They could really pick up on that. The big question that I had in most of my interviews was the tell me about yourself, how'd you get here? Have some sort of a story, like a background on how you got to this point, how you got to that interview. Mine goes back as far as junior year of high school. I took a sport marketing class and we did a special internship thing with the New York Islanders. You may not have the same exact story or the same exact thing, but they're going to be interviewing, like, could be 20, could be 30, could be 50 other people. They want to be able to, like, remember you, or you want them to remember you, remember your story, so when they're deciding who's going to get this internship, they remember you and what story you had. Also, ask the right questions. Just because you get an internship offer, or just because the interview is going well, doesn't mean that you don't have questions for them. Their organization may not be right for you once you get there. I've taken an internship where it turned out the internship wasn't what I was looking for, and it's a whole long backstory, but I ended up leaving the internship because of some bad things they were doing. What Malcolm said on the weakness question, you didn't really address it. Don't actually give what weaknesses you have. Don't just say, like, I'm lazy, or like, I wait until the last minute to do my homework. Have a story for that too. Like what I said, a weakness was with the internship thing I did in high school. I was too passionate about the product we made. We had to make our own product, so I said I was too passionate about the New York Islanders, and we wanted to make the logo of it like the Lighthouse logo from back when they had like the fisherman jerseys and everything. And I said, oh, we were horrible then, no one's going to buy that hat, and everyone tried to shoot me down, and I was just so passionate about it that it affected me. But I've learned since then that I need to separate the business side of sports from me being the fan of the sport team. Also, use your resources here. Not only the Chase Career Center, but your sport mentors. Use us, the ADSE board. If your sport mentor helps you with your resume, have one of us look at it, have Dr. Lakowitz look at it, or cover letters, or any kind of job applications. And also, Malcolm mentioned the Sport Business Journal. Read the trades, whether it's SBJ or the Wall Street Journal, or if you're looking to get into like sport media, a big thing is TechCrunch. It's a big tech blog to read. The interviewer will be impressed if you start dropping knowledge from those sort of things. Also, try to leverage ADS as much as possible. That cycle of success we had, a lot of interviewers get impressed by that, as I know firsthand. So
okay.
that's all I have.
Thank you. Next week, Rich is going to be doing the presentation. So
that wasn't
but again, thank you all for coming. And so Eric.
Just the biggest, try and keep this a little bit shorter than my counterpart over there, but the biggest advice I can give from all the internships, jobs, things I've done since I've been in college, just be as aggressive as you can. And I know, especially when we're starting out, it can feel uncomfortable emailing somebody or staying on top of them and you feel like you're bugging them, but if you really want a job, don't leave it up to chance. Like, go grab it. You got to take it, because this is sports. We all know how competitive it is. It's hard just to get into school here. You know, if you want it, you got to go after it. He said follow up within 24, 48 hours. I'd take it a step further and say stay in touch with them, because sometimes it takes weeks, maybe even months, depending on the internship, to get back to you. So I'd be staying in touch at least once a week, if not, every 3 or 4 days, depending on how aggressive, you feel, or, depending on the interview, you know the situation. But just go after it, because that's what you have to do if you want it.
Never lack passion. I appreciate it. Thank you. Anything else? Any questions that you might have thought of?
Yeah, just one question I might have is, where are the best places for them to look? Let's say they're looking for an internship, but they don't know the specific company or firm that might feature all their, or add to their skills or fit in well with what they want to do. You know what I mean?
I guess different places you can look for internships are, that's a great point. You know, you have different resources on campus. You have the Teamwork Online. It's a great place to look for just a lot of different postings. I would also advise you to attend the Sport Management Career Fair here on campus, run by ADS in the fall. But then also the Chase Career Center, they have some different jobs listed. But in the sports industry, it's a lot of like word of mouth stuff. It's a lot of there are things listed on job postings and on the team websites and Teamwork Online, but a lot of the time that's not always how it works. And I actually know that firsthand. This summer I actually have an internship lined up with the Philadelphia 76ers, and it wasn't a job that I applied for directly. It was through actually working with the career fair and dealing with the HR person that got in touch with someone. But I didn't even realize they were doing it. But fortunately, it worked out, and I'll be joining them. But it's just kind of, it wasn't something that I intentionally did. But you never know kind of what connections can lead to. And when you start to network, people come up to you with different opportunities that they know about and things that might be kind of a smaller pool of people. So that's when your network really comes into play. And with the telling your network, even if there's not a specific job that you're interested in, tell your network what your interests are and what your career aspirations are, because that's what happened with me. I told the guy from Comcast that I was interested in basketball operations, and he didn't have anything directly, but he knew of someone that did. So that's the kind of things that your network can do for you. And so just don't be shy about your passion and let people know.
I was just going to go along with that. LinkedIn is, like you said earlier, a great resource. They have like network groups. So like there's the sports industry one, and there's more specific ones like baseball industry. And they post jobs. They have discussions. You can like ask questions to people who are established in the industry. So they're very helpful.
And I just wanted to say to follow up on both those points. The nature of the sport industry that so many people apply for jobs, you'd be surprised how many times people just would rather just work their networks and find people that way. So they'll ask someone if they know someone who could do this job rather than go through this big arduous process. So they don't post every internship. So what you kind of want to do is take any opportunity you're around someone who may have connections or any class that you're in to just stand out. So that when an alum or whoever calls and says, we're looking for someone to do this, and you don't want to ruin your favors, right? You don't want to vouch for someone who's not going to do a good job, but you want to have in the back of someone's head, I know exactly who can do this. And then that makes the whole process, that's what makes the strength of UMass's alumni network so powerful, right? Because you can recommend people who you know will do a good job, and they'll keep coming back looking for those people over and over and over again. So you want to just stand out. Any opportunity you can, you should never know who's watching.
Great advice. So again, thank you all, and hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks at the Glenn Wong Career Advice segment. I know we went over some things today, but Glenn Wong really is just like the man when it comes to this stuff. So.